real trick is to be able to, we're capturing a lot of data, and we need data from a lot of sources to make farm management work. My job is to figure out how we can get data in and out with partners like FBS and make it usable and make it easy for our customers. So they said, Gary, do you think you could do that? It sounded easy to me, so I've learned quite a bit since then. But what I want to do today is really talk about the integration we did with FBS, which was, it's out, it's been released. We have some people using it today. And what I want to do is kind of preview it. Tomorrow, Sarah and I will demo it for you so you can see how data flows from the Conservis application into FBS. And, and we can show you, our fingers never leave our hands. So, just wanted to say, this was fun because I drove down from Minneapolis last night, and as I crossed the border from Minnesota to Iowa, it reminded me of a farmer that had a farm and it straddled the state line. And the state of Iowa came out and they resurveyed the line, and they discovered that, in fact, this farmer's fields were all in Iowa. So he was no longer in Minnesota. And they asked the farmer, they go, well, don't you feel bad about not being in Minnesota? And the farmer said, no, not really. He goes, I'm not going to miss those long winters. I had to start with a farm joke. So let's, I'm going to do a quick overview of what Conservis is. This is my shameless promotion. And really what we are, we're a farm management company. We provide a cloud-based system that really takes the business of agriculture and really the business of farming from all the way from planning and budgeting through the whole process to performance reporting and analysis. So a grower with a Conservis application will start the year out, defining what they want to do in the coming year, down to the field level, assign crops, determine what kinds of processes they're going to want to apply to the fields, and really then get an idea of what their costs are going to be for that year. Go in and actually purchase their seed and the herbicides and the chemicals. And then actually, all of a sudden, spring is sprung, and out in the fields, and they're planting, and we're capturing, what happens in the fields. So from planting to any of the spraying activities, irrigations, all the way up into the harvest, where then now we've applied all those inputs to the field, and now we're going to harvest and we sell off our crop, and then at the end of the year, we can look at what we planned, what we actually did, how much it costs against our settlements, and really get a good idea of what worked, what didn't work, down to the field level, and then cycle back and start the planning for the next year. So it's a really kind of a planning effort that takes our growers all the way through the process of planting and getting the crops out of the ground and sold. Now last year, the guy in the khaki pants and the black shirt was Jack Milosky, and I've replaced him in the role. He had integrations. And I went in and I went through the FBS 2015 archives, which I just wanted to show you this was not a simple effort. And really kind of thank you. Kind of looked at what we said we were going to do. And it really came down to these three things. We were doing a data integration with FBS. And we wanted our goals were to eliminate data entry duplicates. We wanted to maintain the integrity of data coming across. And we and maintain the accuracy. So those were the three overriding goals. And Jack took 20 minutes to say that. I got it down. Because I know you guys want to hear more. So, I probably don't need to talk about this slide because we've talked in several of the sessions today. People have talked about eliminating data entry. This has been drilled into me since May when I started at Conservis. When I talk to growers and I talk to our subject matter experts, I talk to anybody, it's all about, there's lots of applications out there and people are doing double entry and all the issues that are around that. And so, the goal here is to create this application that stores data, becomes that source of information, and it's able to feed information to other applications, or conversely, take data in. So we want to get these multiple silos and really start talking across those silos, and that's what Conservis' goal is as we move forward. Because as the farm management system, we want to be able to make sure that we're not going to build every application because there's lots of good stuff out there. We want to partner with them and make a synergy, and I believe we've done that with FBS, and make the two applications stronger than they would have been standing alone. So, eliminating data entry, if you're not doing it twice, there's less chance of having data errors. If you're transferring data between one application to another using spreadsheets, which is very common, as you know, there's all kinds of problems. If you're cutting and pasting and sorting, and there's a lot of hand processes, and all of those are sources of potential problems. So, integrating these systems is a great first step of getting this done. So, the integration that we've done, we believe we've improved the data integrity coming across, data coming from our system into FBS, because we're eliminating a manual step within the process. The data is flowing directly from Conservis into FBS. We're tracking and managing field operations. So what happens and what we capture in Conservis is transferred into FBS. There's an automatic transfer there. So you have the ability to do ad hoc reporting and analysis. Conservis allows you to do that. We can do it from the field or the office. We automatically update financial inventories and cost accounting by farm, crop, field, and operation. And that data is all transferred in for financial analysis with FBS now. And again, Conservis is a cloud-based application, and it's available anytime, anywhere. So it's available to you, and it has all the benefits of a cloud application. So I brought this slide up. What does the integration deliver? Certainly we're eliminating duplicate entries. We're maintaining data integrity, and the accuracy is better. And because of that, we've got a big win. And so this is Conservis and FBS, and we're sharing our pets. I looked at that and kind of cool. But I'm a Diet Coke kind of guy. So what's the value to you? And again, I guess I'm restating this a little bit. Everything that happens on the field and is captured in Conservis is sent to FBS. So the data is collected in one place, and both systems are taking advantage of that. So you're saving time. You're only entering in one system, and it's improving the accuracy of the data because you're eliminating chances for messing up one of the places. The field activity in Conservis, which is what we're good at, is really driving the dollars in the FBS management account. And that's what FBS is good about. So again, I'm talking about the synergies here. And that's the really obvious one. We're taking the strengths of both applications and really creating a better application by this merger. And then we're, again, automatically updating financial inventories and cost accounting. And we're doing it by farm, crop, field, and operation today. So, this is a slide. This is actually one of the slides Jack showed last year. And it shows over time and value, the value of different steps in this process. And the foundation piece is, and this is probably pretty much where everybody starts. We're trying to automate spreadsheets and manual systems. Now, moving up the value chain, and I think we've firmly gone up the value chain to integration. We've now been able to integrate in our accounting and supply chain very tightly with FBS. Now, the next step would be to take this to actually using the data in both systems and creating some robust decision support in analytics, which is a nice, worthy goal for us as our companies work closely together. I got a couple slides here. It kind of shows this is kind of when you look at FBS and Conservis, this is the before time, where somebody's building an activity ticket, they're putting it into Conservis. We've collected all these field inputs, and we want to get them into FBS or any financial system. So we have a really nice, robust feature in Conservis that will create Excel spreadsheets for you. Wonderful. And that Excel spreadsheet comes out, and somebody in the back office takes that spreadsheet and does a mapping exercise. Now with FBS, we had a really nice feature with that we had an application to help the growers do that. And once we had that spreadsheet manipulated, it could be put into the financial system. So, there's some opportunities for things that might not be happy to happen. What we've gone to now is where we are a tighter linking with the FBS system. We've added setup data, so as we define our fields and crops, that data is flowed to the FBS system. We're also grabbing our inputs off the activity tickets, and there's a link directly to FBS now, and that data flows directly into the application, and it can be manipulated in the application directly. So we've removed that kind of manual step in between, and I think made a better experience for our users, and certainly improved the quality of the data that's going across. This just gives you an idea of the types of data that today is going over into the FBS system. Our setup data, I mentioned, we set up farms, fields, crops, suppliers, inputs, and the ownership within FBS is part of our normal processes, and that data all flows into the FBS system and can be consumed. I'm sorry, I'm getting excited so I talk fast. That can be consumed by FBS and manipulated and put into the system. So now we have some systems are synchronized. And then as we start working and we're filling out application tickets, the tilling, spreading, spraying, planting, irrigating, and any other custom operations a grower may have can be transferred into the FBS system through this interface. So, good for a start. The big question is, okay, what's next? Martin? This is actually things that I think Martin's probably got on his agenda. Being able to start handling the harvest activities, the grain cards, customer field storage, grain contract settlements, and then the purchasing, sending our purchase order information when we define and determine how much chemicals we're going to put on. We want to be able to take those purchase orders, move them over into FBS so they could be processed in the financial system. So all that stuff is coming soon. There's no date there.
Field storage went to the testing today. So
yeah, it's all underway. So it's a soon. I don't want to. I guess soon, then very soon. But I'm not going to. I won't commit because there's a lot of markers. So that's what I really had to tell you. Because Conservis, we're very excited about this. This is a really nice integration. It was a great piece of work. It was great working with the FBS team over the past year. Tomorrow, Sarah and I are going to demo the system. If you're interested, I think we're in track 2 at 1 o'clock. I think that's true. It's at 1 o'clock. So Sarah and I will. I'll do the Conservis side, and Sarah will do the FBS side. And if you have any questions, that's certainly a good place and time to do that. If you have any questions about Conservis generally, I kind of just touched on what we do. I'm here, and Kevin Hannigan. Is Kevin in the room? Yeah, Kevin's over here. Please feel free to stop us. We can talk. We have a lot of collateral out on our table, and we would love to talk to you about any questions you have about the system and what we could do to help you out. So I think that's I'm ready to be done.
All right. Do you have any questions for Gary? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.